can tell about can in the box. I have to say something now. I try with nobody them talk, you know. Just a laugh. She don't want to say nothing accident again.
She don't want to say nothing, she shy.
It looks so accident again. She reach up here, you know.
She come back up 3 man in the box.
Yeah. And she can't say nothing, Lord. Paul,
Yeah.
Say something. Say what you learn. You learn nothing.
A lot.
Name one thing that you learn from listening.
Now politics can divide people a lot.
Simple, big.
And that is true. That is true. Politics and religion.
Simple.
Politics and religion divide us a lot.
Same thing. I argue about it 2 different ways just because of politics. No logic's there, you know. Just because of Paul, big up. You make so much sense right there, so. Oh, God. Carl, convince Paula why she vote for your party.
Well, the first thing you have to ask Paula if she's a Jamaican.
All right, yeah. Paula,
Yes,
Jamaican,
I am.
yeah?
Yes, I am.
Well, if he's a Jamaican, I'd encourage you to choose Jamaica by voting for the Jamaica Labour Party.
Why?
Because if we look at where we were to where we are now, then that is enough reason for vote for the Jamaica Labour Party. For example, no longer you hardly hear the police a complaint say them have no vehicle. If a crime a go on, you hardly hear. I couldn't tell the last day I hear the police. I said, boy, you know, I have no vehicle for God. So when person call them for come on a crime scene, for example, again, the crime at the lowest in 25 years. That is a great achievement. There is market, there is more to be done. There always going to be more to be done, but we are at a good place.
At a good place. Now, Samantha, why we should vote for PNP? I wonder if that's Samantha. Yeah, PNP? How you go again? You know that, I will have vibes.
Yeah, man, not Samantha has to
PNP, eh? You know that, live on mute. All right, Paul, at least you learned something. Somebody says true. That is not true, Lord God. Them say not true. All right, come on. Great.
That's fine. VG, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I say a lady with Porsche head. Somebody with Porsche head must PNP. Howard is a male. Howard.
What VG?
Paula said she want to know why she vote for PNP. You don't have idea why she vote for PNP.
We have the amount of idea we have. It's going to take you actually 1 year, 24 hours of streaming. For explain.
You want 3 positive reasons.
Positive reason. The People's National Party believe in education. And for you to break generational poverty, education is the gateway. This government, I don't believe in it. Up to a month ago, the Minister of Education said she's going to reinstate reading in primary school. Labor right, take it out. Girlstown, Jamaica.
Reading
VG. The Minister of Education, Dana Morris Dixon, said she's going to reinstate reading in the curriculum. Labor right, remove it. Pitney Gas School, no, reading is not a part of it. You understand now?
This is so go on, what you say next.
No, no, when I say next, me not tell a lie, VG. Me not dare to tell a lie.
You automatically have to read for in school. Reading have to be a part of the thing. I think a logical term.
VG.
Yes, sir. Yes, Chief.
The Minister of Education says she's going to reinstate reading. And I miss so.
All right, manners. So, that's what I mean, sir, up to this point.
VG.
We don't.
VG.
Yeah.
Ask that man. What's the labor right take out reading out of school or out of the classroom? Ask him when was that? Ask him.
VG. VG.
That's right.
We're in August now. July. Type it in the Jamaica Gleaner. Dana Morris Dixon said we are going to reinstate reading in the curriculum.
So what they take out?
VG, that is not what me ask. That is not.
VG, listen what I say to you, brother. He's an intelligent man. Just think for yourself and listen what I say to you, man. Go do your research, man.
Hold on. No, you're telling me that the lady said she's going to put it back in. No, somebody just
put it
said-
back in, so it never get there.
Somebody ask a simple question, so we can look that up. When it take out, that's all I'm saying.
When it take out.
That we don't like to find out.
Yeah,
That me don't
that's
like to
right.
find out. For
That's
all
what I
along,
like
me,
to find out too.
me
You are,
in a girl school, I mean, I'm not in a girl school. So
but
when
yeah.
time me hear our VG,
yeah.
said she got insert back reading in the curriculum, I was astonished. Me say, when it
Me
come
too.
out,
No, that just said me astonished too.
so,
but
but you
I'm-
again, why me not surprised again now?
But
PG.
a man say when it take out, that's all I'm
Well, I
saying.
know,
PG.
well, I know,
PG.
well, I know,
You see-
that's why I not like your platform, you know. Have some manners, the man. When you talk, me not say
rubbish
nothing.
argument, you know. Can never mention.
Just give me a chance to finish before you insert, and you can come and debunk it and say if I lie, me I tell.
Hold on, how many man goes me? Go on.
The Minister of Education says she's going to reinstate reading back in the curriculum. So clearly, if you're going to reinstate something, you remove it. Not me, say so. And I see the reason why. 70% of the students attending secondary school can't read, and those who can read at 1 grade and 2 grade level instead of the 7th grade. And I see the reason. If you move reading out of school, VG, you're unable to critically think and process things for yourself. So all you hear him and make up him whole pan nice like me I tell lie pan him, man, me I tell lie. Read, do your research and find out.
Say you were telling a lie, Chief of Staff. The man just said.
So what you mean by
For you
when?
to reinstate it, it had to be taken out.
Yes, and he
So
ask
all you
me when it
asking
take out.
is where, is who and when, where. That's all I'm asking, you know.
No man,
Well,
that's a stupid question, man. That is an indirect question. When you ask me, say when it come out, like me I tell lie. That's what it meant. Ask him to repeat it.
Carl Lewis repeat it.
BG, me I try to address you because that's a full argument.
No, man, that's a fool. Let's start.
What are no BG? Because it's a mascot argument in the 19 of the day. We have a time feed. You see, let me tell you something. It is an indictment. All right. For example, there's 3 stakeholders in our education: the parents, teachers, and government. Parents is there to give.
VG, just ask the man, save the minister of reading at the curriculum, no man.
Platform, shut up and make me talk.
The man
Shut
said,
up.
yeah,
I make talk.
the
Shut
man
up.
like how you know what
You never called on nobody else. Shut up. Yeah, now shut up and make me talk.
Before that now, lad, guy, stop long time. I could get back to the reading.
Yeah. You see, a 3 stakeholder in it. Parents, teachers, and government. How can this be? If you have a child, I leave primary school and I went on to secondary school and can't read, it is an indictment on the parents.
All right, I can read it.
Parents.
I can read.
I
we don't have a
I
parents.
can't give you a little joke, VG. I can't because them people are just chat.
No, all right, give me 3 seconds before you give me the joke. 3 seconds. Because this is why I'm asked. Zin, him see a thing where say, reading is to be returned to the primary school timetable, says Senator Dr. Dana Morrison Dixon, Minister of Education, Skill Youth, whatever, who yesterday acknowledged there's a literacy crisis impacting schools across the country. So if she says reading is to be returned,
yes, of course she said that.
Stop nice, no man, I make the man read, no man.
Hold on.
Stop nice, no man read, no.
Curriculum from in the 90s when PNP had power. Some of him shot him foolishness.
No, that's what I try to find out.
From in the 90s.
Hold on,
From in the 90s.
Carl, hold on. Howard, when Carl is saying something, just like you don't like to be disturbed, just give him that respect. Because we want to hear more from him now, because you said, no, we don't want to hear more from him. We want to hear from you still, when them things they stop. I really, you with them again, you know. You said the reinstated, you took it out.
Trust me, I was astonished. For me never know say Pitney go to school and reading is not a part of the curriculum.
What I think Carl is saying it always has been. I think he's saying that. That's what
That is not true. That is not true, sir.
When
we leave office, when we left office in 2016, reading was a part of the curriculum.
Lie.
The CXC passes was 84%. Today is 18. 82% of those who are leaving high school now, VG, unable to leave with one subject or none.
we hear the numbers, yeah, and it does sound good. But you saying that a party took reading out of school. And
The
again,
Jamaica Labour Party, they not tell you when they take it out.
RJ,
Here when she said she gonna put it back in.
I hear to put it back in. But it's
Yes, she never
politics.
tell me when it come out. For me, me and you will alive to find out when it come out.
Okay, now suppose.
VG, it clear said this man in have no sense, you know.
No, I'm just asking a
No,
question.
it clear. No, you know why? You know why I said that? It
man.
clear. No, it clear that him do have no sense.
Why?
Because look here, reading timetable. For example, I remember when I used to go to school. Every 12 o'clock after lunch, when I get lunch, when you come back from after lunch, you have to stand up outside and say.
When you graduate, 2025?
I say, I'm not talk to you, man. I talk to VG.
We not ask about bus
You have to come out and say your timetable. You know how long that come out of school? All I am saying,
How long?
during the 90s, good while, during the 90s, and from the 90s, when PNP in a power, this enforcement of reading and saying your timetable, because me have picnic and go to school. My children, them big now, still the smallest one are 18 at university picnic. I mean, I tell you somebody that my little boy we couldn't read. When they got in a 2th grade, I will do everything after and make sure now in their university. So the onus is on parents to make sure, not government.
Okay, I hear where you're gone, but it doesn't sound good yet. But you're correct, but it does not sound good yet. I talk about school. Howard, the problem is now, everything I Google talks about it being reinstated, but there's no way saying that it was.
I agree with you. That's why I ask you, say, I ask a pertinent question, and when it come out.
So that's what him saying. Him said, him don't know.
Ask him party, and she said she gonna put it back in. A theme party, and him ask her why you take it out.
Him said it could be yours too, because we can't find.
No. I can give you the assurance. In the 2016 it was there. 3 years ago it come out.
Where work? Somebody said 2017. DJ that final
it is under this administration it come out.
Well, all right. You see this topic where we're there right now until somebody can find the information.
So what I know, long and short of it, whether be PNP or government or JLP in a power, the issue is, and you admit the facts, say, you're going to reinstate it.
Manners.
Say PNP, they take it out.
Manners.
And Labour take over, and it not go back in a school. Who you believe the owners has done for reinstate?
If it never did it in that time, true.
Who in the pan, the last man was standing at him, left with the responsibility.
EG, you listen
use
to
a government for all.
What makes sense of the I back here, I'm saying. What makes sense?
The argument again. Him say, as kind to film brain. Him say, if education minister said that she had to reinstate it, and him say, regardless of who take it out, the onus is on the government for put it in back. So that the lady say she had to reinstate it. So what you talking?
Listen what I said to you. Listen what I said to you, PG.
So like a little
I want to answer somebody. Can we admit then that PJ took civics out of school? Somebody wrote
civics out of school, but we replace it with other things.
Okay, so
we replace it with IT. Civics is an outdated technology, and we replace it with IT, which is the latest one now. So nothing wrong with changing the curriculum with a modern one.
VG, what is your understanding of civics? The subject civics. What is civics?
I read him on fix first.
Yeah, well, I'll fix reading, but me try. Fine.
So we include information technology.
If a youth leave primary school,
and that is the problem with the labor right them. The teeth for that and the motor for fish. Labor right take out reading.
That's a reason. All of that stuff. I can fix the reading. I figure
yeah, they know that. Me and my brother.
We're gonna figure that out first. I don't understand how you say you can take reading out of. I don't understand. I really don't
understand neither.
Trust me, and that beat the labor right now. So if you look at the facts of it, that the Minister of Science and Information Technology and his wife, They themselves want remedial classes, Darryl Vaz and Marie Vaz.
Yeah, him gone for a different thing for call people don't.
No, we are talking about
the
reading and the effect.
People don't.
We are talking about reading. And as a minister of government, and you can't read. What you expect the PNP class to do?
Yeah, the argument we ever come with.
Let's make it land. Let's make it land.
VG, listen, one second.
The two want to stop. Let me think about it for a second. Hold on. Relax.
Oh, your point, you see, is that it was out of school. Now, how long it take for this government for 9 years to reinstate it? The PNP took it out. It took them 9 years for them to reinstate it.
That's what I'm saying, Eagle. So even if we take it out, which is not true, the power is an Andrew for VG. In 2016, Andrew come before the people and said it's full time for us to stop the BM game. Once you're in government, you're a government for all. And we are going to put legislation in place. The first one in the days, we are going to impeach member of parliament for them going in and our work. We are going to fix it. Well, on VG, give me a chance to finish up. No, cut me. We are telling what the government has said, how we are holding to it. Him said, it is time for us to stop play blame game. The last government will go in there is the government for all. And you must fix it. And tell me about what the PNP did do at the JLP. I am going to fix it. Hold me accountable. Fix election date. Impeachment. So how you going to change it now? So PNP did do this.
If someone asks you this question, how you answer it? Don't you have to be able to read to the English?
Exactly.
Ask him.
No,
so that's why you can't. That's why you find say the CXC passes of English is so low.
Because them can't read.
Because them can't read. So overall, all the subject era. Look here. When you hear about education, lock him out. Primary school you go. You're not going further than that. So when you hear people talk about education, shut up.
VG. This man not even know says two type of English you have. You have English A and you have English B. One is literature, one is reading. I want to steer it. So this idiot you are trying to impart. He not even know that. It seems like he not even know that. So shut your mouth. You don't know nothing.
KK, help me. As a female advice, help me with the argument. What you know about it?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. You know, sound good when no big bandies come big and chaka and make up overnight. You know, look good. One at a time, I make we listen. Cause anybody else live go up and we have manners. So make we have manners over here. All right. What my boyfriend VG, me they have blessed up myself. Here when me I said to you now, Howard and Carl, me have a daughter, we have so many ones. You see, she's 20 years old. She just left school the other day. And reading cannot come out of school. None at all. Because if reading are going to come out of school, English are going to come out of school totally clean. So make we speak with common sense. You understand?
The Minister of Education, KK, we say, she put back reading. Oh, you ask me the question and the minister should put it back.
Reading at no time never out of school. And if it out of school, I pay
So what, so your minister tell lie?
No time out of school.
Hold on.
The minister tell lie.
Howard, in school, in the subject reading, remind me, reading was just...
There's no subject as reading.
Think about that.
There's no subject as named.
Sounds like a
real about the broadback because I don't think it's so. When I heard it first, I can't imagine you not having reading. I think that's somewhere a teacher has.
Foolishness in my chat said.
It's not in the curriculum.
Well, as part of the curriculum, I don't know it was taught before as a class by itself at what grade. Because we're trying to figure it out. Don't worry.
Reading is a fundamental principle. For Michael Manley say you must read and you must study. So when me hear the minister say reading come out of school, it is astonishing.
You don't study nothing.
The minister said reading and come back.
English
Sir Howard. You know what, Howard, sometimes you don't forget how to if you just listen to everybody I say. We can't, sometimes you can't.
Just make up a whole heap of nice I don't know where my chat is.
You said this.
VJ.
Yes, Eagle Boss.
VJ.
Yes, sir.
It was taken out of school in 2017, and that was reported on the news, brother.
Lie.
Hold on, don't call about liar. Hold on. How you mean taking out?
I don't know you,
read
Brethren. I don't call me lad. And it came on the news.
Aye.
And the
Stop
minister.
calling man lad, the
them
man
retur-
silly thing. Hey, call everybody can lie,
the
sir.
minister, which is this new lady, not the previous one who is finance now. She said, okay, they're going to put it back into schools come September. So them man we're back we're chat.
Well, you can't find someone say something like that though. I want to see something like that.
If you go up on the Gleaner, I think it's in the Gleaner in the
VG,
Gleaner website.
VG.
All right, go on, Vicky. Go on.
VG, me want to ask you a question. Me not ask no man them, you know. Come can't bother with them, man, you know. You ask you.
Yeah.
If reading, you have to use common sense. Common sense is the biggest sense in the world. You could have M half a master's and B half a bachelor. If you don't have no common sense, it don't make no sense. Listen what I'm saying, VG.
Yeah.
If reading come out of school, you see,
Yeah.
how you go get English? Listen me. Just answer me question. Are you me VG me not talk to none of them man about you know?
All right, listen to me good. Listen to me good. You're talking common sense. That's what I do. I'm full of try list.
Come here, but with the bag of nice, you know.
No, the argument that reading is out of school don't make really much sense to me. When it's a reading, unless it was a class that's where you went, they made you simply made you continuously read to get better. I really don't know what it is. What you had to take for 1 hour a day to help you with your English. I don't know. I think you naturally have to read to do any damn thing. Now, come on, sense now work off enough, bro. Somebody got to bring me up to time. When they said we're going to bring it back now, I do not know exactly what you mean.
I can't tell you exactly what the minister means. I can't tell you exactly what she means. So when you, all right, VG.
Yeah.
Reading, when from the start 1 grade in a primary school, you will have reading time. Teacher call you up, this is reading time, reading hour. Read to the class, sometimes individually and collectively. You read. But
maybe that's what they took out then. Maybe that's what you're bringing back then.
Yeah, but
that cannot come out of school, VG.
Hold on. Where she bring it more? Where she bring in? Where she bring back? She bring it more in a more wider scale. And for next sure, say, even when you reach a 6th grade, you still have to do that. But there is no subject called reading. There's no subject called reading, but you have to read.
You don't say, but
sessions, bro. Session, and you just say never come out.
You just say you have English A and English B. And one is literature. So come on, Carl. You're double-minded, man.
English A, sir.
You're double-minded, Carl.
English A and English B.
There was sessions for reading in school, yeah? Sessions.
Okay.
No, English A and English B is where they are high school.
Assigned for reading.
It's where they are high school.
And that was taken out. That's how they say.
Exactly.
That's not okay, man. That doesn't matter again. Okay, KK.
No, VG. No, VG. No.
Go on,
English A and English B is when you reach a high school. You deal with that. And
Mr. Messer to your VG.
And them now call you up a high school to read. And you
VG.
by your own.
English
So
subject never take out. Subject English never take out.
You want to read what the minister said?
Hold on. English A and English B.
Are you the minister, Carl? Are you the minister?
English A and English B is not in primary school.
You see the reason with you see the left upper reason.
English A and English B in a primary school.
All right, so land now and free up something good. Land, good land. Now, Eagle Boss, we don't want to say to him. Dean, I'm another space.
Yeah, every time you bring forth something that the minister says, you have persons who are they are the advisors for the minister on these panels, and they are interpreting what the minister means. Okay, so we're going to ask Carl to explain what the minister means when she says she's going to reinstate, and this is her words from a post-cabinet meeting in June 1st. That she's going to reinstate. Zin? No, just explain to me, because I'm an English student, Carl. You're a university student. What reinstate mean?
All right, hold on. Let me get a better on that. Zin? Grade 1 to 3 students at the primary level will soon begin to benefit from at least 2 hours of timetable reading each week. Now it's starting to make sense.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. If you
Yeah.
took out that going to show off people because they can't read as much with that shortage that was missing. See, so common sense, KK. Make we say that's what they said. There was a 2-hour period where they give people to educate them on reading. So reading would be like a course.
No. You have it wrong.
Okay.
It's not that none at all. Starting September, grade 1 to grade 3, I'm going to get extra 2 hours for catch up mark. Up to now, it's not there.
Oh, what did their school, man? Don't
You know
say
what? You
that,
don't
man.
come on
Oh, what did their school?
You see how this sticker man attack like a
Oh,
little
what
baby
did their
PG?
school?
Oh,
Oh,
this
what
school.
did
Now go on and grade
Oh,
one
what
and
did
grade
you
one.
want?
VG, where you read now,
Look,
September.
You know, sister, this man is an idiot.
Start September, VG.
Jesus
No, don't
Christ,
call
no,
man
sir.
idiot, brother.
This is what to come September, VG.
Oh, what?
He was an idiot.
VG, Carl stabilize.
No,
Full of
VG,
lack critical thinking.
Don't do
VG,
that.
I want you to listen to me. I go to
VG, go to the
Chapelton
green,
I am more
School.
educated than Carl, so there's nothing Carl can do.
VG, mute them man, then on VG.
I go to
Exactly.
Chapelton All Age School, you see?
Yes.
And listen me. The
Yeah,
teacher
where you
had
say
the
go?
maths.
All age.
No,
So you're
man.
not in a
Oh,
position
see,
to
no, man,
correct
man.
me.
No, man,
You
no,
not
no,
pass
stand
9
up,
grade
talk. We
level.
do not have to say nothing, you know.
You just said stop back. Hold on.
No, but the man, I get yourself, I want him to talk close.
You
Me,
gotta
man,
pick
so
your
when me
ball.
talk,
You
listen,
to
no,
man. Are you having to pick your ball now, you know? Are you a shout to pick your ball? You know? Stop your shouting now. Go on now. Him say what they bringing to school is not in an all-age school thing. So just hold it there, son, man, don't argue. Why you said that, Howard? Why you said that? Explain what is all-age.
Yeah, what she says she go? All age.
All-age,
So
right.
she never finished school.
VG.
She never finished school.
You do not listen to what I am saying,
Stop at primary and she stop at all age.
Howard, if
None of them
you
in a
listen to
position
what
argue
I
about English
say,
language.
then you will hear what I said.
Let me-
But
she
you
said
do
that.
not listen. I said I go up to Chapelton All Age School in
You say you
Clarinda.
take me out of the box
Me
and put me
never
in
say me
something.
attend Chapelton All Age
You're a
School. Me
liar.
not at-
You're a
Like,
liar.
never tell a lie by you.
You're a liar. You
Never
say
tell
you
a
got
lie
all age.
by
You
you.
never say you got all age.
Me no
Just
go
say you
Chapelton
got all
All
age.
Age School, brethren. I sweet a big tongue, man, yeah, man.
You know, sister, I'll jackass.
Are you next? We're gonna let out if you start.
No problem, you know, my brother. No problem. But you see,
General,
VG, all some
today.
things make sense. All some things make sense.
No, but I don't want to talk too much because somebody said VJ, but I don't know what I'm saying bias. Because I'm just try list that try make sense out there.
All right, VG, here we go.
Come to the box and tell me I'm bias. I said healing hands.
Here we
Healing
go.
hands.
English was not taken out of school. Right?
You were the one who said in 2007 they were taken out of school,
The
right?
session, reading session was taken out. Reading session was taken
That's what you're
out.
saying. You know, it makes sense to how you're saying it.
You understand?
See,
So when she's saying that you cannot pass English was always there. English literature.
you can't do it without being able to read. That's a simple
No,
talk.
you have
Yes.
to read, but there's a session in school that was taken out
let me
for that.
clear up something for you. Because up here, too much garbage is being spoken. Because Carl, you're talking about foolishness about English and English.
Hold on,
but
man, you just come in and just cut the man and make the man finish. Hold on now.
Yeah, but as an educator, I like hear the foolishness talk,
No, but
Carl.
it's all right.
Hold on, Baka, you have to talk some foolishness
Somebody,
stuff. Hold on.
make somebody land first. J-Ross, did I explain something to me? I didn't really. To you, it might be foolishness. We might know more of it, but it's everybody off of them own mind. Just I give them an opinion on how them feel what go on. I don't need to listen to everybody fairly, because everybody a man and I know man. You understand? So J-Ross land, I will let go Eagle Boss. Then
As I was saying, English was not taken out. Reading sessions was taken out. 2017, and that is what the minister said she's going to reinstate come September morning.
Repeat one more. Say it one more time from top.
English language and English literature was not taken out of school.
Right.
But the session reading was taken out of school. That is what the minister said she will reinstate come September morning.
So question for you. In English 1 and English 2, you don't learn to read to do English?
Of course you have to read.
Let me see that. That's ask you.
Reading was always a subject by itself in the primary school.
All
Reading
right, exactly.
Okay, it was a subject in the primary
Subject in
school.
the primary
Took out
school.
that subject. and
They,
stick it up.
they removed two things out of the school curriculum: civics and reading.
Carl said who?
There's no record to say exactly who removed
No,
it.
you're not gonna say who.
He might try to say when I bring politics, boy, you bring it back. He must say nobody know who. Oh, you're saying it could have been brought back in the last 9 years. Okay.
In 2022, it was recommended to bring back civics to the curriculum. In 2025, the new ministers also are recommending bring back reading to the curriculum.
So since I bring back civics and reading, who said never PJ take out reading? Since it take
I'm
out
not saying who take it out. I'm saying it was removed from the curriculum. In 2022, recommendations was made to bring back civics to the curriculum. In 2025, reading is recommended to take it back to the curriculum. But if you go back to it, you know,
yeah,
I used to lecture at the University of the West Indies. And but even our medical students, we have to bring back in their first year use of English, because when they write papers, sometimes they are brilliant. Even when you give them a biochemistry exam, when they write it, you realize the grammar was not there. So that's why the university bring back in their first year use of English. They're brilliant and can pass all the subject because they lack of from the primary school. They're not, the grammar's gone. They move to, you move certain things, the basics of the basics from the school.
My question, when Howard came here explaining the situation, it sounded like he was using that as a politics thing, saying, all right, we are going to make you start read again.
That's the problem with Jamaicans, we politicize everything.
Okay, so it was like, it just, okay, manners. So that, okay,
must remember, you know, the Ministry of Education has education officers who make recommendations. It's not politics. And they might figure, oh, we can't do it without reading, so you remove it. They might make a recommendation to move it. But then after a while, I realized that was a detriment to the people. They pass chemistry, they pass physics, they pass everything, but their reading ability is low. They are reading even at university, they're reading as a grade 3 student. That's what they are saying. So bring it back, bring them back to par.
Simple. No, I think it was kind of done like say, all right, on a JLP, when no more people learn to read.
No, I want to say that now. I want to say that now because it doesn't benefit PNP or JLP when our students are not reading at a certain level. This is one thing that we need to have a common understanding with, because it affects the entire society. So we should not be here fighting which government. The fact that she's reinstating it, it's good, right? Because she see a need for it, and we should commend her for that.
You said it should have been reinstated in the years that JLP had it. That make it political. When
but they just seen it. But that's why you have ministers. Zayn, if you see a problem,
but don't run as politics. Just said Jamaica. Here we go.
You see, VG, these PNP people, you know.
See?
You see, no, you can't leave it out. There's no way you can leave it out. These PNP people, everything they want to blame the government for. You see, English B, as me I said this to us, English B don't taught in a primary school. English B taught at high school. That's his literature.
You're mixing up syllabus different from curriculum. Syllabus English A and English B.
I am saying, Dino. Let me finish and then you correct me after. Me no have no problem you correct me. Trust me.
Right.
Me no have no problem I've been corrected. You have English A and English B were taught at high school. English language, when they say English language, you have to teach at a primary school. When you reach a high school, no longer a teacher going to put you up in front of the class and say, come read your book, you read to the class. No, the onus is on you. So I am saying to us and these people on the platform, because look here, man. You see, if a youth leave primary school, because this is the long and short of the argument, you know. People leave primary school and can't read. You see, if a youth leave primary school and can't read, it is an indictment on parents. How can you have your youth and leave primary school and can't read VG? And then they are going to blame
I don't think it can't read it. Can't read is the problem we can't call. The problem is we're having people leaving high school and they're graduating from high school and their level of reading is like a grade 1 child. That's
but Dino, that is it. Who you blame for that? Who you blame for that?
That is why this no recommend put back reading in the school. So you bring up back the part, you drop it out how much years ago and it creating a problem in the society. They can pass chemistry, they can pass the maths, they pass, but their reading is poor. When I write a paper, you realize that if they're reading then level of reading is low. This blame game about politics is there's nothing in the record show exactly when these two subjects were removed from the curriculum. And must remember, politicians don't write curriculums. Is it government inspectors who recommend curriculums to the school?
So you think when Howard brought it up as an issue, as PNP, what should they?
I don't know if a PNP take it out or JLP take it out. I know.
Bring it. You think him said it that way, like, we need to get the respect for bringing it back? You think they're due the respect for saying we're bringing it back now then?
Of course.
All right, so that's all he was saying. That's it. All right, that never did it. We are bringing it back. So that is what bringing like a political vibe in it. Sympathy. He shouldn't have said that. You can't say that. I'm proud that they realize it's not great. I'm global. All right, this is still. You know, at the 90s, Olympic way. When I come to the box, explain what I try to explain. It's about game. Oh, God. Grateful and Olympic way. When I come to the box and tell the side of the story. But the box full up of people. Olympic night already. All right, let's do Olympic.
All right, hold on then. VG.
Let's Prime Global.
Good evening.
Prime
VG.
Global.
And the team.
Prime Global land first, sorry.
As a child,
all right, the only person on this platform now. Hold on, man. Let me finish, brother. I work with them, so I'm going to go for no time. The only person on this platform who can properly explain this thing is Dino. But let me see how best I can. Reading was never a subject. Hold on, man. Reading was never a subject in school.
Olympic note.
From let's say basic school. When you're in basic school.
Yes.
I attend the all age school, so that would be different. Are you in primary school? There were certain sessions that was reserved based on the work teacher or the teacher set up the working plan. And they do that because not everyone were on the same level. I could read before I went to school, before I went to primary school or all age school, as the case may be. So reading wasn't a need for me, but it would have been a need for other students. So that was there right up to grade 9. You get what I'm saying? But it wasn't really a subject per se. Now, once you reach high school, the emphasis is no longer on reading because you're expected now to read and comprehend. The emphasis now would be on grammar and comprehension. So this old noisy fella, when name Howard who did in basement over, so I don't know why I'm coming here and shout out for people. You understand what I'm saying?
Making point. All right. For Olympic week, I think might they're the same place. Olympic week, I'm seeing they're the same place. Olympic, you might free up now, you know.
Sir, reading was part of the curriculum of primary school. You had a book that was called Reader D, the same one that had True. God, let me talk. I want bench at school, you know, man.
Mute your mic, Prime. I could make sense out there. Mute your mic, Prime. Go on, Olympic.
So there was 2 subjects.
Your mic, are you trip out then? It's coming like you trip out.
The one you had a book. Grade 2 you had a book.
Trip out almost always say while I got trip out.
Saying
you got to tell me your phone sick out.
And then phone internet problem, brother.
Come again. You hearing me now?
Make him jump out and come back.
You hearing me now?
Yeah, loud and
clear. You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me now?
Yes, man. We are here.
Me now move from here, so me now move from here.
Yeah.
Okay. During grade 1 to grade 6, you were given reading books. And Reader D in particular, it had a section in there called comprehension. Okay? You had to There's a section I remember that you had to summarize. The teacher asked you to read and summarize it and take it back to school. And there were questions asked of you. So you would read it and you would answer the questions in the back of the book. That's a session unto itself. That has been gone. Just like civics. Civics were taken out. And all this, VG, you keep asking, these things were taken out in the 90s. I leave school in the late 80s, okay? And all this, it is in the 90s that they changed the common nature. And that's when we lost all gains. As part of what we have lost is because the people of Jamaica had lost their jobs and their hopes. And as such, children were not paid the attention that they needed. And we went backward, VG. This 40,000 jobs that we keep talking about, VG, the 40,000 jobs where we talk about.
Okay.
Parents did not have time. To this day, we need to reverse that process to help their children to read and write and to do mathematics. That is why a lot of kids don't do maths well, because their parents did not have time to teach them their 2 to 12 by they were 9 years old. Okay? So it is good that this government see it fit through its, and it's not even the government, you know, VG, you got to give the permanent secretary credit for these changes, because they are the people on the ground that would take some of these policies to the policy maker, which is the minister. We must talk truth. Like the government just get up and decide to do. We have people in position, what is regarded as the what? The bureaucracy or the people in charge, CEO, who does these things. We must recognize them, VG. So we are suffering right now up from the 90s until today. You know? Don't twist it. And I yield.
All right, we want to go back to Eagle Boss. Long time.
Yeah, but
Eagle Boss.
for a 9-year-old, you know, you should know all your tables.
From 9-year-old.
BG.
Yes.
Again, we are at a position, we're talking about a very tedious subject, right? Reading. Carl, let's indicate that there are 3 different elements, right? Start from the parents, the teacher, right? And the administrator, which we bring it down to the ministry.
Give me a second. Say that again. Parent, teacher, administration.
Yeah, and then the ministry.
Give me a thought right there. So quick, I'm going to say something. You see, in 2025, I know I chat about this reading and this and this. You better learn how to teach you them. Whenever you them do and hear the shit to that chat, you know, and the way you're not educated, you know. You better start planning how to educate.
Yeah, but they say if we here being like this, you see, we expect the youth them to behave. We now set an example, right?
And because the politics in the chat say, you know, we now sit down and talk about, you know, say, what name them just left, Lord God. One Olympic weight, make a talk a while ago. And the man talk, gone back to say, because of FinSoc and everybody busy, they never have no time for them picnic, and it come around now. The whole little talk, anything on the talk here becomes political. It's not like we sit down and try to fix a thing, you know. We just try to throw some blame. No fixing no there, so yet, you know, other than the lady will say, she'll bring it back. And even what she bring it back, me want not know, because I saying, no, for the pity them right now, make sure you know what I thought. A technology time, you know, better teach the youth with some new AI kind of teaching, you know. We know
all right. That is what I was going to come to say that in 2025, you have a youth, when you look on a lady show me our child book list, right? Book list. The book list. Look on a book list now, you see? The book list is so long. You don't need that long thing. Create something on a tablet and us. And I would say we sell it that way. We sell it.
But Eagle, that's exactly why most of the students cannot read today, because they have the same IT. They can do everything on a phone, on a computer, but they can't read.
Yeah, but listen up. Yeah,
they don't need to read them. They just need to update them phone.
No, but Dino, you have programs here. You see, that help and assist in reading. Right? The American them use it for their kids. They have programs.
How many kids go to that program? Most of them play games indoors or something.
Yeah, but you have to monitor the thing, Dino. We can't find the excuse, you know. We have
I try to figure out so it makes sense. So let's go and talk. Now
we cannot we can identify the problem, but we also want to put forth the solution. Right? At 2025, the youth don't want to sit in a classroom and I listen and I look for a teacher, Zina, as something with them brain gone. Bring something to entertain them. That's why Damian Crawford come up with an idea to say that what he's going to do for the extending hours of the school day. And on Fridays, he's going to have entertainment as a part of his extracurricular activities. Then, a part of it. So here is something new he's trying to bring in for the next educational minister. Right?
All right. Well, Nigga Boss, I respect your point, you see, but let me explain something to you. My 4 parents are Cuban. Cubans, we are very big on education. Let me teach you something what I learned from my father and my grandfather. You see, when I was raising my children, I didn't depend on the teachers alone. I went out and I bought some books. And I used those books to teach my children the meaning of words, and outside of that, how to learn proper grammar, just about everything, how to form, how to write properly. So by the time they reach grade, it would have been grade. By the time they were out of basic school, they could have easily have gone into say grade 2 and function effectively, because I didn't depend on the school.
Yes,
they ought to be above every other student.
Yes, Prime. Yes, Prime. I understand what you're saying.
Once you be my name, once you have that name, you have to be up at the top. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, Prime. I understand what you're saying. But in your days,
Damian Crawford is a brilliant fella, and yes, he does come up with some good thing. But what is has come isn't really novel, because these 2 extra hours are hours that the teachers then use to do extra classes, like for GSAT students, and in high school for persons who graduate and maybe pass 5 subjects and want a few extra subjects. Then these teachers, that's how they used to earn on extra money. You understand? So what Crawford coming up with?
What Damon is saying, you know, what Damon is saying, no child should be left out. What about those who parents can't afford to pay for that?
Find a situation where
what they're saying is that the government will pay, if the teachers will give that extra class, they'll find out ways to pay the government.
I ask you something different. I'm changing the topic.
That is experiment. We're not going back into experiment.
Hold on, Prime. I'm asking something differently. You don't say enough of the parents now get educated by the child. The child brings stuff home and they learn.
Exactly.
So you don't say the parents.
Some can't, Gigi, some can't. Like when my good fellow said his grandparents, my grandma is a Cuban also.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Prime Global, you know what you just say a while ago? You know what you just say a while ago? Hold on, excellent. Maybe just address him. You know what you just say a while ago? You said that the initiative that Damian bring forward won't work. Because
I didn't say it's not going to work.
No, but the teachers will be compensated to include everybody, not just the chosen few. Everybody will be a part of the system.
What
left behind?
Some children leave the school and go to another school and there's a good evening class. What Damon is saying, if teachers who will volunteer to give this extra 2 hours, instead of charging the student, make it equal for everybody. Instead of charging, the government will put aside money to pay you. Those teachers who sign up for the evening class, government will pay you to do it. Instead of waiting and the children will collect in a class, you collect fee from them.
But Dino, you see what Damian said, I don't know how much it might work, because already a teacher said I'm done overburdened. So I don't know if this extra me hear all of that when say those who can volunteer.
Carl Lewis.
Excellent.
Carl
Why you cut me?
Carl.
Excellent.
You're
Why
an honorable person. We're not talking a man.
Excellent.
I'm going to say, Carl, I know you're a man. You are big on education, Carl.
Yeah, but
Carl, you are big on education. You, Carl Lewis, are big on education.
Please, yeah, but still allow me.
But
still
please
allow
don't
me
make politics I want to call. You're big for education. We know
No,
that.
but I am saying to us,
Yeah.
I want to understand this. Remember now, the teachers them already are complaining. So maybe we need to find a different way or to educate to pick them. Because the teacher never complain and said, they don't know if them can take on an extra 2 hours.
But them
So
already
if you
doing
were
it, Carl.
there, we
Them
take it
already doing it, Carl. Them already need all they collect from the student. All you change in the systems and they collect from the student. You register.
Well, all right, Dino. Dino, me gear that. Me gear that say most of them already do it as a hustler. As a hustler.
Carl Lewis. Yes, Carl. And the thing, Carl, you know that there's a limitation to the access is the lack of funding from many students. You know that, Carl Lewis. So if it becomes free now, that extra hours of contact time become available to everybody. And that levels the playing field, Carl.
Excellent.
And you know
that.
that.
My brother.
You know that
it
it requires a little bit more, Carl.
Excellent. My only fear is, you know what me believes that should have happened? I think the government, rather than using these teachers where teach from morning till the extra 2 hours, engage some retired teacher, engage them back into the system. Try and engage them them teacher there and see how best we can work with them. These teachers we already do from 9 to 3 or whatever them burn out. Engage the retiree. And then we have probably have something better.
But Carl, the retiree also get chance and they retire.
Master teachers, right?
When I retired, Carl, I retired. I know go back in that classroom.
What are the excellent? What are they? Me I try to catch what Dino say.
You know, there are some teachers, Carl. Okay, cool, yeah.
No, what I'm saying, Paul, is that when a person retires, it's very hard to get them go back to work, unless most people used to retire and go back to it from work, their financial status is not so healthy, so they go back to work.
But you never know unless you engage them.
But that has always been in the system. When I came to Linstead Hospital after my internship, I've seen an old pharmacist who was retired and came back to work because what? The government couldn't find enough pharmacists all around. And this old man come back to work in the hospital as a pharmacist. So it has, although he's getting his pension, he come back and work a salary just the same. It is been happening all around. It can happen in the classroom. I've seen retired teachers and financial already go up.
So what do you say about that plan?
It can work also, but if it can include it to retired teachers who want to come back into the system to earn that extra money, that can be done also.
Right.
But the idea is to get that extra class to these students.
Here the thing is, outside of the retired teachers, there are persons who are attending tertiary institutions. Other persons who are out there who have the time that can offer themselves. But they will only be able to do this like in an evening class setting.
This one is yours, this one is mine.
But Prime Global, you must remember the government has just passed an act, that you can't be fined up to much $1 million if you can't teach in a school and you're not registered teachers. Their teachers have to have license now.
But let me tell you something.
You see what we're doing to the society. We're creating laws because, for example, I used to lecture physics in one high school. I used to use maths and chemistry in another high school while I was on staff at the university. I don't have a license as a teacher. I might go through the university system and train in the medical science. I go further and send my service to other high schools, which I earn extra money. Now, if I go back into the educational system, or, well, we don't go talk about the hospital system, I go to the educational system, I'll talk about education right now. I'll be charged $millions of dollars if I go lecture in school.
Yeah, but I think
a student could have do well with my knowledge.
I have a suggestion, VG, on this matter.
Yeah.
I am in Florida here, right? And I have seen where there is something that is called you have to do voluntary service to make up your grades to graduate from both college and university, right?
You don't know what I am.
In terms of that 2 hour slot, what I have seen done in Florida, like young teachers that needs to make up their what is it called again? But what it does, you see, you would have a one-to-one as a student. Once the teacher recognizes that you have weaknesses in that area, they would appoint you or connect you with what they regard as some kind of friend they use.
Okay, so them have it
would be like somebody in college. Yeah, right, but there would be somebody like a college student who would spend at least 2 hours with that child and improve them based on that their weakness. You see what I mean? So this, no, not community. No. No, it's not community service.
But it is here in
community
when I was on campus, we had to do something like that. You know, we have to do community service. You know, to make up our hours.
No,
here
yes.
It's a big brother system. I want to say something to you.
Just give me a second. Let me get the point out and then we'll take over.
I don't want to
The point is
I want something to say to you.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm saying finish your point. I want to say something to you.
Okay. Yes, so what we need is not for more hours, but we have teachers colleges around the island that can, these students who we want to reduce their debt and the government contribute back to them, is to use them to aid those children that need the various different, whether it is reading or math or areas like this. They could contribute and we write off some of them debt and make it better for the country and for the people.
Question for you before, excellent. You never finished, sorry, go on.
All right, before let me just say this. Because
no, Prime, go. Hold on. I'm going to ask everybody a question. You think it's fair, a lot of us here living in the US, talking about education in Jamaica and not really feeling or understanding what the parents and the students are
but I
going
mean, you have to make a comparison.
I have 7 boys down there, VJ, that I take care of. And I make the comparison from that. 7 little youth when me at
so, can I make I want to make my contribution. Can I make my contribution now? Because I make a comment a while ago. And it is fundamentally not true. Olympic said that reading was removed from the curriculum.
Sorry, this one's called 11.
That's fine, yeah.
Is that okay?
In the 1990s. No, Olympic, to your surprise, that is not true. I went to school. I did the last common entrance, 1998. And I had to do reading up to about grade 3. Right? So just for your clarification. No, what's the total cost here, ma'am?
Your total came to 18.
And I'm going to say this to you. Olympic. I hear what you're saying. But Damien also has, the PNP also has that teacher retention plan, where the teachers, based upon the amount of years that they contribute, there goes a deduction in the amount of their student loan that they will be paying back based upon the plan. That is also part of the PNP's plan. But this extra 2 hours of offering to students who need that extra 2 hours to boost their contact is a proven success. Carl knows that the success that his sons had, even though 3 of them went to Kingston College, a lot of it came from the extra classes that they had to boost and to reinforce what they learned. So there's no way that can be debunked or it can be thrown aside the importance of those extra 2 hours to the outcome in these children. If they were a B+ and they got those extra hours, they become A or A-, and that makes a big difference in even their career choices that they get and even the schools that they are qualified for. So we can't throw cold water on that discussion that there needs to be improvement in the amount of contact hours given to the students. That just cannot be disputed. And anyone who tries to debunk or dispute that doesn't really have much understanding about the teaching and learning process, in my opinion. That is where
you have a lot of background now.
Look here. Let me say this again. The 2 hour, extra 2 hour is not a bad idea. Man. None of us in our normal senses either reject them argument. No. But my argument is these teachers want to be the best one for me. The ones who will come at school from 9 o'clock or whenever, and I leave school 3 o'clock. Remember, most of them leave school and go school too. So I would rather see some fresh people come in at even time, come teach. Oh, we are going to do it. What are they? What are not? Oh, we are going to do it. I don't know.
3 seconds. Them saying the same exact teachers that do it now and collect a little extra from the kids' family.
Yeah, but who said that do properly all the while?
Okay, hold on.
The same
thing
that means you can do properly.
Hold on there, but Carl, what Damien said.
Carl,
if a teacher teach a
Before
primary,
Eagle. Look at something, Carl. Eagle. It is most prevalent when you go to Campion. When you go to Campion in the evening, there's a plethora extra class. And those students are doing extremely
but excellent. You can talk about some people, some students are well advanced. You can't talk about them.
No, Carl.
Hold on.
You can't do that.
Excellent. Hold on, excellent. It is, I mean, all across the island now, you know. I came to Jamaica and I saw students from St. Mary High School heading down to a junior secondary school in the evening because there was a wonderful, excellent maths teacher down at that school, and these students were bold from school to school because they realized that's a very good lecturer in mathematics. So they went down for that extra class every evening to get it to move on to the exam, and it has been very successful.
Well, Dino.
Carl, you must Carl. You as Carl. As a man who had 3 sons that goes to KC. You must hear people talk about Kipichin. You must hear people talk about Akibod. You must hear your sons talk about Akibod. You must hear talk